Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. I am so excited. I'm having my morning coffee here. Oh, look at that. Oh, I played to my heart's content yesterday, the M64. And let me tell you, I threw everything at it. Everything. The guy at the indie retro store that I go to, and this is, by the way, a great marketing move by the M64 team, is putting these in independent shops where their customers are at, right? So I'm sitting there with just almost a full library of N64 games, and I'm just plugging, guys. I'm just plugging and playing. Some of my favorites, of course, I played the Mario, Super Smash Brothers, the game probably that I played the most, right? After Mario for me was actually FIFA. I love FIFA '98 Road to the World Cup. That was, man, I had that with my friends on repeat, man. I was just playing every day almost. 007, of course, Jet Force Gemini, Donkey Kong. I mean, I was throwing everything at it, Pat Country. It's like, you only played 4 games. No, guys, I went in there and I was just enjoying it. Now, let me tell you the setup. I was playing the clear one. I like the feel of the product, let me tell you. When I was touching it, and you guys can see my short video there, it seems like something Nintendo would produce today if they were trying to make a Nintendo 64, if you will, if there was an evolution to the N64, right? It has that late 90s vibe, early 2000s vibe, the clear colors and all the colors that they're going to make. That's one thing about with the analog 3D when it first came out, when it's just black, I was just like, oh man. And not that it's a bad product, guys. I'm not one of these haters that, I hate everything, or, I'm pro mod retro, anti analog. No. I even bought the analog pocket for my kid. It's a great product. He loves it. It's his favorite handheld. So there's a lot to say there for analog. But for me, I just wanted a more fun product. When I saw the comparisons between both and the experience that I've had with the chromatic, I thought, let me wait. Let me wait so I can. I've seen the analog 3D now because they had one on display in the store too. Somebody had turned in for exchange. But this feels like a more retro product, if you will. With the knob, it has a Nintendo feel to it, right? But that's just the outside. Let's talk about the inside. Let's talk about the games. The picture looked amazing, right? The guy set it up for me, and he was telling me what the best settings were. And the best way I can describe it, it's like the graphics are still the same, but they're much clearer. They're crisper. They didn't have the 4K setup there, right? But what was on display looked amazing, guys. Especially when I was playing. I wanted to test it with a lot of things going on, guys. So we were playing Smash Bros, right? Just going back and forth all over. I wanted to see if there was any tearing, slowdown, anything like that. None. Absolutely none. The games were running amazing. The games were running amazing. And everything that I threw at it. Jet Force Gemini. I was playing GoldenEye, Glover, Vigilante 8. I was just throwing everything at it, right? Because these guys had games there, and that's the whole purpose. So, they got they have this product there in this indie store. And I'm glad that they're doing this, by the way. This is a great way to market to your audience. And those of you who are, especially home brewers, this is something you really need to look into, especially if you have excess inventory. Man, just put it on consignment out there. You might sell just a few pieces, especially if you put a good display. And this is what they had there. They had an old retro display, right? They had it set up. I went in there, guys, and I was there for a while, man. I was there for a long time after, because I had to work Saturday, right? So then I went straight after work, and I had to be there like, probably like an hour and a half, right? I was dominating most of the console. Then people would come in and they would like, "Oh, can I play?" "Yeah, sure. Let's go. Let's play soccer. Let's play Smash Bros. Like a 2-player, whatever." I really enjoyed playing the Donkey Kong. Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, it was just, it was a great gaming time. Let me just say that. I was sold on the product. I really am. It feels substantial. It has that retro feel to it. And for me, let me tell you guys, my wife's favorite console is the N64. I like the N64, of course, myself, and I wanted to get away from that online life, right? I've really been trying to make a push just to really to stay into retro because I don't want to be connected. I don't want to be part of the system of be a product, right? I like my PlayStation, right? I love the PlayStation, but the PlayStation now you have to be online all the time. And with these games that are coming out, they're great games, Pragmata or whatever it's called, and for example, the latest Resident Evil, great games. I want to play them. That's the type of games I enjoy. But I can wait 8 months to get them cheaper. There's no rush. They're not going to run out of digital products, right? You can buy them used, if you want physical. But the fact is that you have to be connected because you are part of the product, right? They're making money on you, not only on the video game, but the way gaming is now, they're basically leasing you the game. They can turn off the game whenever they want. It doesn't matter what system you're on. They can just say, oh, on the PlayStation 6, these aren't going to work, just like they did with previous systems, right? I can't play my PlayStation 3 library on my PlayStation 6, right? Or my PlayStation 5 when it's going to come out. They on purpose are going to want to sell you these games again or sell you a subscription. Is that the way to go? Not for me. Not for me. Might be convenient for people who don't have the games, but if I already paid for the games, why am I going to pay for them again? This is a great experience, just the way it is. But in addition to that, all the movement tracking that they're doing, right? That's really why I'm going really hard on this retro journey, if you will, with all these new products and what an exciting 2026 is going to be, right? I've already ordered, excuse me, guys, I'm dealing with Renkies again. I've already ordered the Neo Geo, right? And I'm just waiting to pick games. And then the next few weeks, I'll go in there and get a couple at least, and then try to hunt for other things that maybe they don't have. But we'll see. We'll see how that works out. But I'm really excited, right? I'm really excited because I want to have an entertainment, center where I'm not tied to the internet, right? Where everything's not being tracked and they're not using you for market research and you're a product and they're in your privacy, right? And it's different when, for example, you're making a YouTube video. I'm controlling this. I know what I'm putting out. But when you're online, they can take whatever information you want. I could have my PlayStation camera hooked up and they could be looking at me. How would I know, right? It's probably one of these agreements you signed. Remember the guy that couldn't sue? Who was it? They couldn't sue the Disney Channel or something like that, or Netflix. I can't remember, because they had signed a contract with PlayStation, or they signed up. Yeah, they signed up through on Disney through the PlayStation, and they signed an agreement that they couldn't sue them. They had to go to arbitration. It's that kind of intrusion into your personal life that I completely disagree with modern gaming, right? These games that I own are mine. I play them on my consoles. I don't have to be on the internet if I don't want to. And I just have a great time. And that's what I want gaming to be for me in the future, right? And it looks like many people agree with me because people are ordering this retro stuff it just incredibly, right? We're going to talk about the Neo Geo next. But let me tell you guys, if you ask me right now, this is a day one buy. If you are an N64 fan, you're going to be happy with this product. The backlight, even though it doesn't, there's quirky things on there, right? Where they're enjoyable. You think like, oh, maybe it doesn't make any sense, but the little light on the cartridge looks pretty cool. Popping out the cartridges is pretty cool, and it is what it is. I mean, I'm saying the same thing maybe somebody said on a video because it's true, right? It's just convenient. You're just going in there, just pop it out instead of struggling. It makes it really convenient. And then if you're gaming at night, it's just a nice display to have in there, man. It looks pretty cool, man. Let me tell you, that light. We'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens, but it's definitely day one order for me. The only thing I'm struggling with is what color am I going to get. I'm debating between the purple and the lime green. That's what I'm debating about, right? Other than that, I'm happy with it, man. They can take my money. They can take my money. Pat Country didn't get one. Yeah, and he wrote a book. Oh, Pat Country and the haters can suck it. Yes. There's no reason to hate this product, man. It's fine. If you want to have a good time with your N64 cartridges, it's a high recommend for me. And I'll probably do a video. Probably do it members first and then release it. I just want to go over all the games that I've gotten so far. Unfortunately, they didn't get here in time for this video, but I have like 5 more games coming up because, I lost my Mario 64. Somebody pointed out in the video, they're like, hey, it's a shame you don't have Mario 64 there. And I'm like, where the hell's my Mario 64? I couldn't find it. I looked everywhere. I don't know where it's at. So I bought another one. Maybe I'll find it, whatever. If I do, then I'll go trade it back in. But for right now, I had to purchase another one because that's another game that, of course, my wife and I are going to be super happy to play. No problems around the baby. It's going to be an amazing time. All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. Take care.